Welcome back to another episode of the Limitless SMP. On last week's episode, I wasn't able to make as much progress as I wanted to, mainly because, you know, in a video, this may take 5 seconds for you to see the villagers and see all the work that goes into it, but this took a ton of work. Also, moving a magma cube proved to be more challenging than what I expected, and so I got a little bit behind. And then on top of that, I did take a vacation for a week, and so I'm a little behind on a few different things. But what I want to try and do this week is get moving forward with some automation. Specifically with redstone components, a lot of them require quartz. And so for quartz, I will need to get some piglins and barter with them to get quartz. That's the only way really in the Skyblock pack to try and get some redstone components going. And so I need to get a little bit more gold and a little bit better, more reliable gold system. And then I need to get some piglins to get some piglin bartering going. And for that, I'd like to do it the turtle egg way, which basically means I need to get some turtles as well. So that's kind of the plan for today, is to get some turtles, to get some turtle eggs, and then to get some gold from a gold farm, and then to turn that into a piglin bartering farm. Again, in videos, I say all that, and I'm going to try to fit that in 30 minutes or less. But in reality, it takes a couple days to try and get all those components together. But that's the plan for this week. We're going to try and get all of that together and see how far we can get in a 30-minute video. So yeah, hang out, join us, and let's see how far we can get with all of these plans. First, I need to find a beach, which I know there's one right here. So right about here is a beach. I don't need it forever, just enough to get a few turtle eggs going, and then maybe we can get a little turtle farm. So I am going to need to branch out from the main island over here to the beach, which isn't that much further. And then that'll be a temporary farm setup where I can break it down later on. And then I'm going to need to take the sand that I already have and go ahead and put it in place so that we can get some turtles, and then AFK a good long while to see if we can get some turtles in place. So that's the goal for right now, and let's get started and jump right into that. So actually I just turned on my biome borders to see kind of where the next biome was. And ironically, the beach is right here. So if you look just off of my island is a beach biome. And so I'm going to try and just build some platform out here. And I have 26 sand, which is kind of what I need to go ahead and get this beach biome started. So I'm going to put out the 26 sand and then AFK here for a good long bit and hope in the hopes that I get a turtle to spawn. So I'm going to have to be the 24 to 48 blocks away from it, and then hope that I get a turtle spawn in this area on top of the sand. I am going to cover it in a, how many blocks did I do over here? In a sand, and then cover that with fences. So that's kind of the next goal, is to put out the sand and then cover it in fences, so that way if they do spawn, they don't despawn right away. And now that I have a silk touch pick, I can go ahead and pick up any turtle eggs that come about from this. And then the next thing I need to do while I'm AFK on this is try and get some seagrass so that I can feed the turtles to breed them up. So yeah, I'm going to be working on that and trying to get some seagrass going through like a fish tank type setup, and then we'll see what we can get from that. With all that sand, that was about the extent of the turtle enclosure that I was able to make. So not a very big turtle enclosure, but hopefully in the beach biome, this is just enough to be able to get some turtles to spawn and maybe after that we can get some turtle eggs. So yeah, while that's working, while I'm AFK on that one, I'm gonna go ahead and try to make a small little fish tank, maybe out of some glass, because I have a little bit of glass now, and see if we can't get some seagrass while we're waiting on that to happen. So yeah, that's kind of the next goal, is to stay far enough away, but maybe get some glass in the process. Some seagrass in the process. So I might make it on this side. Just have to make sure it's not in a river biome. So yeah, that's the next goal. And now I have a little manual seagrass farm. So all I did was put in a tank of water, and I can come down here and shear it and then get all the seagrass that I need and then bone meal it. But I could also use this as a fishing area as well, which is kind of why I built it the way I built it. Because if I wanted to get saddles or anything else, I could do that as well. Again, this is all just temporary. I'm just trying to get some seagrass for now. I may end up tearing it down before I ever use it as a fishing area. But if it takes a while to spawn some turtles, I might just try and kill some time by doing that as well. But yeah, so then I take this and I come in here and I shear it all, bone meal it again, and then we will get a ton of seagrass that way. Easy. All right, well, for over 24 hours now, I have sat in this little AFK spot over here and attempted to get a turtle to spawn, and to no avail. Sometimes I've been on the server all by myself, like right now, and other times there have been other members on, so that could play a part in it. I also, halfway through the day, tried to elevate the spawning platform, because I read that it can be that you need to go 4 levels above sea level. And sea level can be anywhere from 60 to 67. So I tried to raise it up a little bit, because they said put basically a spawning platform on the wiki between 60 and 67. Still to no avail. I think at this point I might try and get some more sand, and I'm about to get hit by phantoms. So I think what I'm going to try and do is get more sand. So I'm going to pillar over to a desert biome and then portal to that, to try in the nether to try and get some sand going, so that I can go ahead, I told you, so that I can go ahead and get some more sand, and maybe see if I can get a higher chance of spawning. In this pack, the best way to get sand is by killing a husk, and then that will spawn some sand. I've also tried AFKing in different spots, because I know it's about 42 blocks away. So I've also tried AFKing over here and over there, just to see if that makes a difference, and it did nothing. So at this point, I've waited far too long with nothing happening, and so I'm going to try and see if maybe getting more sand might help with speeding up the process, because it is a chance, like it's like a very low chance that they'll spawn, but I still would like to get it a little bit higher chance of getting a spawn there. So yeah, that's going to be the next step, is I am going to go and get more sand from a desert biome. All right, well, I was able to build a path, which ended up being a lot further away than what I initially thought it would be. So this is the path that I made, and I actually linked up the other path, since it worked out in my favor to link up the other path. So I linked up this path right here, but I made this, and it took me ages to do with even the slabs, and then I wanted to add in the walls, because this is a long way to walk without with the possibility of falling off. So yeah, this was the closest desert that I could find to my little area, but this will actually help me, because I can build some farms out here. Right now I'm in a crimson forest, but just in a little bit I'm going to be in a nether waste biome, and so that'll work in my favor to have that close by. So yeah, walking this long distance, it's a lot longer than it looks. Yeah, so this took me forever to get, but yeah, now I'm in another waste biome, which will also be helpful for a gold farm in just a little bit. But yeah, walking all the way out here, and then I did make a portal at the very end, and then lit the portal using the lava and wood that I had, and I was able to get a desert biome. The really cool thing about the desert biome that I found is there's a bunch of little biome islands around it, and some of them even have camels on it. So I might pillar out to one of those and get it. Get the camels as well and bring them back to my base. It's just a cool thing to have. I don't really need camels for anything. I just think that that's cool to say I have a camel. But yeah, as you can tell, this took ages to get this path going all the way out to this. In fact, I even got the achievement of a subspace bubble because of how far away this is from the main spawn area. It's a long way out. But then I also found a bunch of basalt biome islands as well, which is really cool. And you can see the lava from where I lit the portal is still falling into the void and will be for quite some time. And then I built this little platform with the portal over here just so I can have an area that's a little bit safer. So this is the portal. And then when we go through it, we'll be in a desert biome. And that will be where I will set up a husk farm. So this is the area that I'm going to be in. And we're in a desert biome right here. And as you can see, there's a biome island with a camel on it. And there's a few more biome islands just around in the area as well. So there's one right there, there's one right there, there's one right there, and there's one over there. This is not safe, and that's fine for now, but we're going to end up building a farm out here, so I don't really care. And then as you can see, it's a pretty large desert, so if we come over here to renders and then overlay the biome border, and then I think I need to hit H and then H again, and let's see if it renders. Of course, it's not going to render right now. It's still too far away. But yeah, this is going to be a huge desert area, which will be perfect for a husk farm or any other farms in the future, like mob farms as well. But yeah, that's the desert area. So now I need to get some more sand and try to get a turtle egg, which is proving to be a lot more difficult than I expected it to be. But we're going to keep working at it. So next step is going to be to build a farm over here to get some sand and kill some husks, and then we will go ahead and get a bigger beach area built so we can try and have a higher chance of spawning a turtle egg. Turtle. All right, so I went ahead and built a platform for my in the desert biome, and I wanted to kind of get like just a platform going at first. Eventually, this will be much nicer. Maybe even get a villager over here and do the Impulse SV way, but I just at least wanted to get something in place. So that's the platform that I have, and now I'm wanting mobs to spawn on this platform alone, and then I will come back over and get the husks or anything like that. Now, I do need to be, I believe it's 28 blocks away, so we'll just kind of build a platform out this way. That will allow me to get far enough away so that mobs can actually spawn. There we go. And so, yeah, now I want to get just husks and nothing else, and I want to kill those. For now, I'm going to have to deal with all the mobs. But that'll help me to get some sand because husks drop sand, as you can see there. And so that'll help me get more sand, which is exactly what I need for the next phase, which is expanding my beach area. So I'm going to be here for a little bit, not necessarily to grab any of the other mobs, but mostly just to grab the husks. But once I get enough, then I can go ahead and expand my beach area, which is the ultimate goal. So yeah, I might even go through the portal a couple times and then come back and try and get some more husks to spawn. But that's kind of the goal next. All right, and in just one night, I was able to get 47 sand blocks. So that was super, super awesome for just one like overnight type stand. And as you can see, there's a lot of other drops here that I'm kind of just ignoring because I really don't need all of that. I have loads of the other stuff, but I will go ahead and collect the XP for some of my tools to go ahead and heal them back up. But ultimately, like the drops themselves, I'll probably just throw off. I'll continue to work on getting as much sand as possible. But yeah, it's just kind of a process of just waiting. This is a slow manual process right now. Eventually, it may be a better process, but this is just kind of where it's at for the current moment, which is fine. So that's what I need to do for the moment, and then we'll get as much sand as we possibly can. So maybe we can start to build up a little bit more of a beach area. So yeah, I'm going to keep working on that for the meantime, and I'll let you know when I have a couple of stacks of sand. All right, and after a little bit of time, I did come back to the base. We did get about 48 dirt. That's from the husks. When you shoot them with like a flame bow, those will spawn. Those will drop dirt. We did get some phantom heads and some husk heads. I wanted to keep those for maybe some projects later on, or some just pranks later on. And we did get some ender eyes. We did get some spider eyes, which I was actually like super happy with because we needed some spider eyes and some more string. We did get some bones and some rotten flesh, just your typical bones and rotten flesh. But then the main thing that we were going for, and the thing that I am most happy with, is we got 2.5 stacks of sand just about. And so I want to go ahead and utilize that as much as I possibly can to try and expand our beach area. And so that's the next goal, is to just kind of expand the beach area a little bit and see if we can't get some turtles to spawn with the expanded area. So that's the next goal, is to just kind of grow my little beach area and see if I can't get any any turtles to spawn. That's the real goal, is to get some turtles to spawn. So yeah, that's going to be the next project, is trying to get those to grow in that area. Also, I did do a little bit of cleanup with the pumpkin melons while I was just messing around in this area, and I just took that out entirely. And I'm probably going to take out the sugar cane and this, just because it looks messy at this point, and then this little AFK platform as well. Just kind of cleaning up some of my early projects, and that was pretty much it. So yeah, that's the plan for now, is to kind of expand this area a little bit and see if we can't get some turtles to spawn around this area. So yeah. Alright, so I've expanded my sand area to be significantly bigger in the hopes that maybe in this beach biome, I might need to go a little bit further away than this AFK platform right here, but I'm hoping that maybe with one of these two platforms, I'm able to get a turtle to spawn. So we've got this one, which is in a beach biome, and above a light level 8 for almost the whole entire area, which is awesome. So that'll give us enough light and enough sand to be able to spawn. And then same with this area over here. So hopefully between one of these two, we should be able to get it. This is at 64, so I may need to raise it up just slightly. We'll see. I'll let it go for a little bit and just see if we can't get something to spawn. If we can't, maybe raise it up a little bit and see if that can help, because it's supposed to be 4 levels above sea level, but basically they can spawn anywhere from 62 to 67. So that's kind of the goal that I'm working on now. So hopefully we can get something to spawn here at 64. And if not, then we'll kind of raise up the platform just slightly and see if we can't get more. If not, then we'll go back to getting more sand and see if we can't do that, or maybe move it to a warm ocean biome or something else. We'll keep working at it to see what we can get. Well, after 3 in real life days of AFK at this area to try and get turtles to spawn, I gave up. And one of our server members, Prestigious Unit, also known as Mia, was able to get it last week when I was actually out of town. He was able to get a couple turtle eggs, and so I traded him for 2 of the turtle eggs, and he wanted some unique things like a player kill head of myself, and then access to a future farm that I plan to build. And so we traded for 2 turtle eggs, and so now I'm waiting on those to hatch. And after those hatch, I'll go ahead and breed up some additional turtles and turtle eggs so we can give this and make it into a little bit of a farm, like a turtle farm for turtle eggs. So yeah, that's kind of the next plan, is to get one of those. So I've just been AFK over here and free camming to watch, and yeah, getting no sleep is also helpful, but with so many people on the server, that's highly unlikely. So it may be tonight before I get those for the spawn rates to actually happen, because I think it takes 3 nights of no sleep to really get these to spawn in. And so that's highly unlikely when we have so many people on the server, and asking them not to sleep is pretty highly unlikely. But yeah, that's the plan, and so just waiting on these to hatch in now, and then we'll start breeding them up. Well, after a lot of time AFK over here, and I use the Comforts mod hammocks, which is currently on our server, I was able to get some more turtles bred up. So this took a lot of like waiting on the eggs to crack, which is multiple night cycles. It can be up to 7 estimated night cycles before they were able to crack and hatch, and then sitting between around 128 blocks away from this current area. So I was able to get several turtles bred up, and because of that, I was able to get some turtle eggs, just over a stack and a half of turtle eggs from that. So yay, finally got the turtle eggs that I wanted and needed. The other project I've been working on slowly over time is just feeding that magma cube that we got the last episode. So that magma cube is currently like when you go and you feed it blocks of stone, it'll spit out different blocks for you. So the main reason I wanted to do this is I did want a variety of different blocks, not just the current blocks that I have. And so by feeding it stone, it'll spit out a variety of different blocks, anything from calcite to the ore blocks to tuff to magma blocks. So all these blocks are going to be super useful. There were a couple blocks I really wanted. So I really want tuff for different decorations and different things like that. I want the magma blocks for a gold farm. And then I want the ore blocks like copper and gold, mostly for the reinforced chest. So on the server, we have something called reinforced chest, and basically when you get the base chest, you can upgrade it. So, but the first level is copper, and then iron, and then gold, and then diamond, and then netherite. And so a lot of the copper, I wasn't getting enough from just killing the random drown that spawns in my base. And so I wanted to get more copper ore so that I could go ahead and get that started. So now that I have copper ore and a little bit of gold ore, and some of the other resources like diamond, I'm now able to expand chests like this so that I can get more use out of them. And then some of those chests that are filling up at my base, I can do that as well. So let me go ahead and show you the reinforced chest mod. I think I can do it with this. Yeah, so this is our reinforced chest. So first is the copper, and then after that you can upgrade to iron, and then to gold, and then to diamond, and then to netherite using the smithing template to upgrade that. And you could also do the same with barrels. My handicap was really the copper, and this is the best way I could think of to get copper without doing like a whole drown farm, but also get the magma blocks I wanted to get for the gold chest. So that's what I've been kind of working on, is just coming up here and grabbing a stack of stone or 2 or 3 or 12 and just throwing the stone at the magma block. So let me just show you real quick. So basically I come up here and I just throw stone. It converts it into the other blocks, and then I get the blocks from that. So that's what I've been doing, just kind of coming up here, throwing stone, and then going down to the bottom level and picking up all those blocks as the hopper picks it up as well, and just kind of clearing them out because the hoppers can't keep up with the amount of blocks that I'm throwing really quickly. Eventually I would like to automate this, but for now this is the best way I know to do it, to get all these blocks. And so it'll give you a good variety of different blocks, and then you can take it and put it in here. And then, yeah, so that's kind of what I've been working on a little bit, and what I'm hoping to get done next is just get a ton of magma blocks and copper and other things, and then I can fortune those and use those for the reinforced chest and barrels and all of that to expand my storage system. So yeah, that's kind of the next step. Turtle eggs, magma blocks for the gold farm, and just kind of working on that. And from that initial ore gathering, where I was able to break that all down, this is what I ended up with. So I think this is going to be a much faster way of getting as much ore as possible. Just look at all that copper, some diamonds, and the raw gold. Obviously, I need to go smelt it, but that's going to be a huge win for these expanded chests, because I already have enough iron, and I had a good amount of gold just from the mob farm. The diamonds are going to be a little bit more of a struggle, but I'll work on that. But really, the reality is that copper is going to be invaluable to at least get it to gold level with those chests. So yeah, a good haul overall for my first bout with the magma cube, and that'll be an invaluable resource. Now I need to go smelt all of this stuff so that I can do that. So I'll take it down to my furnace array downstairs and see if we can't get that smelted out. But yeah, that's going to be super helpful. So now I have all these smelters that I can go and run this ore through. So yeah, I'm super excited about that, and hopeful that we'll get some expanded chests going finally, which will be a huge resource for me. Rather than show you the whole process of building this gold farm, I'm just going to go ahead and build it, and then I'll show you the final product and explain how everything works. This is a Gnembon design, and I'll link that in the description below. And I'll show you the kind of changes I've made, because he made it in 1.17. It's still the most relevant gold farm in my opinion. That's the easiest to make. So I'm going to show you the start of the build, and then I'll show you the final product when it's all done. But yeah. And here is the final product for the gold farm itself. This has been a labor of love. It took me literally a whole Saturday to build it. And so I was able to get all the blocks before I started building it, but the actual build process took a good bit of time. What I liked about this farm is you could AFK it up here if you wanted to in the box, and that's just passive, getting that from fall damage. But the better option is to do the rotten flesh and pick up the rotten flesh while also swinging a sword, and then have an auto clicker that clicks to eat the rotten flesh that it picks up, and then also to swing the sword to kill the mobs, and that'll get you higher drops. So I have been running this for a good long while, and I did get a filtration system going, so I'm basically pitching all the rotten flesh and gold swords and everything like that. Sure, I could smelt it down, but it's not really worth the effort of the lava and everything else that I need. So basically it's just a really cool system by Gnembon, and I won't go into great details because he has a whole tutorial on this farm. But yeah, it's just an awesome farm. As they spawn in, they get attracted to the turtle eggs, they fall down, they get killed. The items fall through this elaborate hopper system with hopper minecart system. They get pushed into the dropper, which pushes them into the cobwebs. The cobwebs will then go ahead and get the gold to go into stacks. and then the stacks will then get pushed into this system, which will get pushed by the ice blocks into my storage system, which is just a sorter with an auto crafter. It's kind of janky, but look right here, you can see we have 3.3k gold blocks right here, 1.28k, and then 1.13k. So a good bit of gold, and this is from maybe a night and a half of AFK at this farm to get it. And then the rest of the items like rotten flesh and stuff, I just don't see a need for right now. I have plenty of it from my mob farm already, and so this is just kind of this is what I need, so this is what I'll get. So yeah, this is the farm and as a whole, and it is awesome, and I love it. And so yeah, I've just been sitting here AFKing at this, and then I have upgraded some of my armor and different things like that, so I'm recording this a little bit in the future. But yeah, I've recorded this, and then it will have, so I've upgraded some of my armor for the next video, and use that as a experience as well. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's episode. I really appreciate you hanging. I know this was kind of a more boring episode, mostly trying to figure out turtle mechanics on Skyblock, and then luckily Mia came to the rescue. But I did learn a lot about the turtle spawning methods, and I hope you did as well. And thanks so much for those of you who are endured. Go ahead and leave a like and on the video if you enjoyed it, and then comment down below and let me know if you knew anything about turtle eggs that maybe I didn't know or need to know. That would be helpful if I ever try and do this in the future, because normally I just go find a beach in a regular biome and find the turtles and breed them up and don't really have any issues. But on Skyblock you can't really do that, and so it's a bit more challenging. So yeah, let me know if you know of anything that I maybe missed in this video that would be helpful for me in the future. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today. I got everything I wanted to done, and so this has been an awesome experience. So I can't wait to see you on the next video, and we'll see you next time.